day. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
Brings up second.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 18 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. There he goes, right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flip in field position and a flip in fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force him into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
Here's a run with Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They run for it with Mixon. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. Mixon unable to find the goal line on 4th drive of the ball game. The defense comes up with a goal line stand. So here are the Cowboys now backed up to get this drive started. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Tackle made at the 20.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. He fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
On the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Haywood. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
Prescott's pass.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Zeke going to get it on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. Well, and you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Draw play, Elliott. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
Taken down right.
And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Here's Johnny Townsend to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Now, after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Burrow down around his goal line. Slant pass to Boyd. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
Burrow's pass.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Again, it's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Elliott on 1st down, got to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and
10th carry now for Elliott. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Now Burrow on 1st down. That's caught by Howard. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Complete to O.J. Howard.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. He'll air this one out for Boyd. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Now Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Elliott. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down.
That's good.
2 yards is the pickup, and it'll be a Dallas 1st down.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Prescott from the gun. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
And 2 at the 40-yard
To
line.
throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
At the 48-yard line.
Prescott now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
50-yard line.
From midfield now, Burrow. Going down the middle, and it's complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
First down, Bengals.
Mixon with a first down carry. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Chidobe Awuzie on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Burrow.
At the Cowboys.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
The tackle
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Gain of 6. First down, Cincinnati.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Wide receiver, the ball.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and...
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now Burrow loses the football.
Dak Prescott sacked.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Now it's Burrow. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that 3rd down pass. Brings up 4th.
Complete in the end zone.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0.
Bengals 3. Cowboys nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd
on 2nd down. It's Elliott.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Elliott. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Time for Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense to take over now. They've got the lead. They haven't really had to utilize him all that much so far, but I guess if you're winning on the scoreboard, not too much to complain about.
Not at all, but you know those guys out wide, they want as many catches as they can possibly get. They may need him later on if things get a little tighter.
Yeah, so far 2 catches. We'll see what happens here as the game progresses. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mixon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he stopped immediately there.
On the carry.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 37. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
First down.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big gain and a conversion on 3rd down. That's a big pickup.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he finds Howard complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Cowboys have recovered. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Logan Wilson that time there to bring him down.
Tackled by Logan Wilson. It's a pickup of 3.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15.
First and 10.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? But I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Ramsey.
Prescott's
the Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 30. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. He hasn't had his usual star-studded performance so far, but still the 2nd quarter, and they're still up on the scoreboard.
And sometimes even as a decoy, you can have a big impact on the game, and that's what we've seen thus far. They're still able to get it done. They found other ways. They haven't had to utilize him as a top priority just yet, but you know he's waiting and available.
Yeah, now the question is, how will they utilize him here? An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
The ball carrier taken down at the 41. A gain of 2.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Burrow's.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30.
first.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Cowboys' 26-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football.
Dak Prescott sacked. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the
second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. To the air again, Burrow. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0.
The score, Bengals 13, Cowboys nothing.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
On the pickup.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Caldwell's got it over the middle. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Lamb. That's good for a Cowboys.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this 1st half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. A touchdown there for Saquon Barkley. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Zay Jones, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on first down. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up second.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
24-yard line.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings up third down and 10.
On third down, it's Prescott. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here first and 10. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
A gain of a yard. And
now Burrow.
First down.
That's caught by Howard. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
Well, they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's got a Bengals first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Chidobe Awuzie on the tackle.
I think the reason this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
2nd and 12. Burrow looking to pass. Slant pass to Boyd.
Burrow's pass.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up third down.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
First down, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 11-yard line.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets it up past the 35. Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 7.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 40.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield too.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And this is a rocket pulled in by Cooper, complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down. And
they'll try and run for it with Elliott. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. C.D. Lamb, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll throw right away. Open man is Howard, the tight end.
Burrow's pass.
That catch good for only a couple.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
1st down, Cincinnati.
On 1st down, Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Mixon. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding.
What's the deal, y'all?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of a yard.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, Give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
A 42-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10.
16. Cowboys 10.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And out now come the Cowboys. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Across midfield to the 49-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Prescott to throw it. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack.
Prescott
Back at the 47-yard line.
The tackle made back at the 47-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Out comes the offense onto the field once more, led by O.J. Howard. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've held him down.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
A first down carry by Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain.
Prescott from the gun. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Carl Lawson, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run, and of course, get to the quarterback.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing, Prescott. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through.
Is good.
And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13.
Cowboys 13.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. 4th quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago. And it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Joe Burrow sacked.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, and he's found a way so far here in the second half.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Elliott. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down throw for Prescott. Caldwell's got it over the middle.
Prescott's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Prescott now. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field on an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken at about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Oh, Prescott stripped. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Bengals on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far.
A 30-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good.
The kick
And that will push this lead up to 20 now.
Bengals 33. Cowboys 13.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
10 yards.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Cowboys.
7 yards on the quick slant and a 1st down.
10 at the 47-yard line.
To the air again, Prescott. Throw left side complete to Troutman.
Prescott's pass.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
To throw again on second down. Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 11 yards there, just like last play. Those are the kinds of plays, right? And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And that will cut this lead down to 13. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Joe Mixon, the Bengal ball carrier.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pick.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Again, it's Mixon. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
For the field goal, a 52-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
36, Cowboys 20.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
So Dak and the Cowboys down by 16, a little under 1:50 remaining. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. Prescott on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And he'll go underneath here to Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Elliott. That's good.
On first and 10, Prescott. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. This one caught left side by Cooper. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 27-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott, a dump off to Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Prescott. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. And now we've got a one-score game and at least a little light at the end of the tunnel.
Is that what we call a glimmer of hope?
Glimmer of hope.
Because they've got to get an onside kick and then find their way into the end zone before time expires. Glimmer, or what's less than a glimmer?
You're the one that knows all the big words. A sparkle? A sparkle.
Yeah, there we go. That's what we're going with.
The onside kick recovered by Cincinnati.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Cincinnati, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas